A major player leap for New York Knicks big man Mitchell Robinson is imminent, as Mike Brown, new head coach, does plan on using Robinson in a whole different way. Meanwhile, there has been a lot of questions surrounding Leon Rose and what his plans are for Mitchell Robinson with an expiring contract, and with Robinson being no stranger to trade rumors. With all this going down and Mitchell Robinson getting ready to have what we're expecting to be the best season of his NBA career after really showing up and showing out, and the way that he's going to be used being completely changed, we have a lot to go over, guys. But before we jump into that, if you're part of that 58% that's not subscribed to Knicks Digest, make sure to subscribe for daily New York Knicks updates on all things New York Knicks. You do not want to miss out on all the fun here. We got a ton of videos coming out. You want to make sure to stay tuned for them, but let's jump into it. There's a lot to go over, as it's no secret to anyone who's watching Knicks games that Mitchell Robinson is one of the most important players on the team. Though the numbers might not show it, Robinson has proven time and time again, ever since being drafted by the Knicks 7 years ago, or 8 years ago now, that he is one of the best players in the Knicks. That is something that has not changed. Though the entire team has changed, not one person from the New York Knicks is still there when Mitchell Robinson got drafted. Robinson's the one player left from the dark ages of the New York Knicks, and he's also the one player left from that 2021 playoff team that the Knicks had when they got out of the dark ages. Given Robinson was injured and missed that entire playoff series, there is not one player who played in that 2021 playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks who is still a member of the New York Knicks today. The only person who is on the roster is Robinson, and now all these years later, Mitchell Robinson once again is gearing up for another season with the New York Knicks, where he has spent his entire career. Knicks fans love Robinson. It's no secret that he's one of the fan favorites, and with that comes a lot of talk about exactly what is going to happen with his future, especially considering that Robinson is on an expiring contract, which is going to play a part into things. I mean, right now, Robinson has 1 year left on his deal. He's making $12 million this year, and there is a lot of talk surrounding a raise for Robinson. And with the Knicks having a very interesting salary situation, it's unclear what's going to happen next with Mitch. But what we do know is that a major leap is incoming for the New York Knicks big man, as he has shown up and shown out. As we know, Mitchell Robinson loves those workout videos that he shows, and usually it's him hitting fadeaway threes, just messing around with his friends. Not this year. Mitchell Robinson is locked in like we have never seen him before. He posted some highlight tape of him working in the post, actually doing stuff to score the ball where he usually finds himself, in that middle area, on the baseline, hitting layups, not just going up and trying to go for dunks, making post moves, doing some post floaters right there, then also doing a little bit of dribbling, which we've seen him do. We've seen him cross over Rudy Gobert. He does dribble from the top of the key sometimes. We've seen Robinson go out there and absolutely show up and show out recently with a lot of these post moves, including the free throws, which has been a big thing, considering right now Mitchell Robinson is widely regarded statistically as one of the worst free throw shooters in basketball. But when we look at the way that he's playing, there's a confidence. The man looks thin, too. He's lost a ton of weight from seasons prior. He's trying to get back to that old self. And also, that guy, he got injured less. So there's a real reason to think this is a good idea for Mitch to try to get back to that guy that he was. And I fully believe that Mitch can do that. He's a very talented player, and I do want to see where this goes from here. Now, there's obviously been a ton of talk surrounding Mitchell Robinson and what goes on in the future. And he only played in 17 games last season in the regular season. He was around 17 minutes per game in those 17 games, not playing back-to-backs for obvious reasons, with that coming back from that long-term injury that took him a while to heal from. But now he's back. Now he's fully healthy again. He had a 67.6 true shooting, which is actually lower than what we usually see from Robinson. He shot 66% from the field, which is around his career average. We've seen him do better. We've seen him break the record for best field goal percentage in a single NBA season. On top of that, he has been one of the best offensive rebounders in basketball for a very long time. He averaged 3.1 offensive rebounds per game in 17 minutes of action. So just in case you're wondering, per 36 minutes, that's around 7 offensive rebounds a game. You're aware of how insane that is, right? Like 7 offensive rebounds per game. Mitchell Robinson is an absolute monster. He's the best offensive rebounder in basketball. He's been that for a few years now, and that's not changing. In the playoffs, Mitch got even better. He averaged 7 rebounds with 5 points per game. Now, the free throw shooting was abysmal at 39.3%, and he is working on it a whole lot. His offensive rebounds per game went up a little bit with his minutes per game, averaging around 4 offensive rebounds a game out of those 7 rebounds he had. Usually, he does average more offensive than defensive rebounds per game. That's just the thing about Mitch. One, because there's a lot of guys crashing the Knicks boards, especially in a Tom Thibodeau defense. Crashing the boards is a big thing. But on top of that, also just because, again, Mitch is the best offensive rebounder in basketball. It's more about the offensive rebounding. It's not about his defense. defensive rebounding. He also blocked a shot per game, got a steal per game, showed that elite defense, and was absolutely unbeatable throughout that entire series against the Celtics when it came down to his defense. Mitch had one of the best moments that we've seen as Knicks fans when, against the Boston Celtics, we saw him shift to literally everyone in the game that the Knicks ended up eliminating the Celtics. He guarded all 5 players, and look how it ends. He just literally eats Jalen Brown alive, steals the ball. The Garden lost their mind. Watch it again. Look, he goes over to Peyton Pritchard, shifts over to Derek White, shifts past Horford off to Drew Holiday. He sees Holiday move out. Mitch goes for the help, stops Jalen Brown, traps him by himself, steals the ball, and the Knicks get possession. That is how good this man is at defense. It's not normal, but we're so not used to it because he's missed a lot of time with injury. Now back, now healthy. Mitchell Robinson is the first healthy offseason in a very long time for himself. And it's going to be really exciting to see what he can do. And he's working on the post scoring, which is super important considering the Knicks hired an offensive head coach in Mike Brown. And there's been a lot of talk surrounding what that means for Robinson and the whole team. As Chris Herring mentioned when discussing all the teams with the best odds to win the NBA Finals, Chris Herring mentioned that Mike Brown, will he opt to alter the club's starting lineup, which was outscored during the second half of the season and throughout the playoffs. And will he find a way to plug the defensive issues that existed while opposing clubs focused on Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns? Center Mitchell Robinson, who rehabbed for most of the season before rejoining the Knicks for the final month and a half of the regular season and playoffs, could help answer both questions. He'd seem to be the most likely of the Knicks reserves to enter the starting 5. He became a starter in the playoffs during the conference finals matchup with the Indiana Pacers, and his strength as a rim protector addresses New York's biggest issue on defense. On top of that, as Herring mentions, there are flaws in assuming Robinson can clean everything up. The Knicks need to be careful in extending his minutes given his injury history. Even when he started for them this past postseason, at time he looked like the Knicks' most valuable player in the Celtics series. New York still ultimately was outscored, surrendering a whopping 117 points per 100 possessions in the 98 minutes that Robinson shared the court with Towns and Brunson. That the data point suggests that Brown would have his work cut out for him in blending things for the 2025-26 season, and that he'll need to strike the right balance in using Robinson through the regular season. Now, that's going to be part of it. And yeah, Mike Brown does have his work cut out for him. The Knicks, right now, when you look at them, they are tied with the Cleveland Cavaliers for the 3rd best odds to win the NBA Finals. Still feels weird, by the way, to say that. Never going to get over that. If they win the NBA Finals, then I'm like the defending NBA champion New York Knicks. I honestly think I'm going to, get lightheaded or something. If they win the finals, I'm telling you I'm going to faint. I'm going to faint. I'm also going to be absolutely partying like never before if, and you guys have seen the Happy Hour show, but it's going to be a new level at the parade. You're going to see me. I will not have a shirt on at all, ever. It'll be legendary. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that Mitchell Robinson is the best thing to ever happen in human history or something along those lines, because he honestly is. I mean, Mitch, honestly, when it comes down to it, he's been this beacon of consistency for the Knicks throughout everything. And what we saw against Boston was a guy who, when he was on the floor, the Knicks had an 18.1 net rating, compared to when he was off the floor, he had basically a minus 12 net rating, or the Knicks had basically a minus 12 net rating. Mitchell Robinson cleans up a lot of the Knicks' defensive issues, and when your best players are Jalen Brunson and Karl-Anthony Towns, 2 guys who are not good defenders, it takes a lot. And I mean, even that play where we were just watching twice over with Mitchell Robinson shifting to everyone, when Mitch jumps out to Jalen Brown, the guy inside was Karl-Anthony Towns. Mitch shoved Towns back. It's like, no, I got it. This is what I do. Because he understands. He's like, yeah, I'm this team's, arguably I'm the best defender on the team. When we look at it, Mitchell Robinson is arguably the best defender on the Knicks. He's arguably the most important defender on the Knicks. And I get how great OG Anunoby is, and OG's right. He should have been an all-defense player. The fact that he wasn't is absolutely ridiculous, and it's such a joke because he deserved it. But again, not really the point of this video. The point is that Mitchell Robinson, his defense, when it comes down to it, is going to be such a factor in things going forwards. Now, obviously, the Knicks are putting a lot of stock into Mitch if they don't add another center to the roster, which there has been the talk about Ben Simmons who can play center. But on top of that, his backup, especially if Mitch is starting, we're going to see Ariel Hukporti get some real minutes. He put up 7 points and 7 rebounds in the G League last year. Didn't get a ton of regular season minutes. When he did, he actually looked pretty solid. Looks like a young Isaiah Hartenstein in a lot of ways. I'm not just saying that because he's a German who wears number 55 on the Knicks. It's not it, who's also left-handed, but it's not why I'm saying that at all. It's when you look at the moves, it's the high post sitting, taking one dribble in, floaters, setting screens, rolling off them, having a ton of comfortability with the ball in his hands, not afraid to drive at all. I mean, we saw that Ariel Hukporti dunk on the eventual Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Mobley, which was one of the great moments. It was called off, but it should not have been. It was absolute BS that it was. But at the end of the day, we will see Hukporti get more minutes. And also, we could see Gershon Yabusele play some center. Gershon averaged around 11 and 5 last year, which is also something we'll see. But when it comes down to it, I'm expecting Mitchell Robinson, if healthy, to have the best season of his NBA career. I think he's going to fit really well with Mike Brown because he's going to be there mainly to be the defensive anchor of the Knicks. And on top of that, the way that they like to run and gun, Mitch is going to be able to get back out in transition, something he had so much success with early on in his career before Tom Thibodeau showed up and kind of killed a lot of transition basketball. On top of that, Mitch will still be there under the rim, getting rebounds, kicking it out, putting it back up and dunking at home, and being absolutely excellent. And he's also motivated. This is the most motivated we've seen Mitchell Robinson in a long time because for the first time in years, he has a healthy offseason. And it was widely known that he took the loss to the Pacers the hardest of any single player. Mitch posted on Instagram right after, "I know it's not the end of the world. I've been in this league for 7 years through the ups and downs, fighting injuries, making big jumps, but this one definitely is not the same as the other seasons that ended. I'm mad with myself. I know damn well I could have done more, made free throws, lock guys down, take care of my body, and be a student of the game. This one's going to sting for a while." Mitchell Robinson, I mean, I said this at the time when the Knicks got eliminated. I try to, little inside information, I try to keep these videos to be shorter than 12 minutes or 12 minutes. This one might go over, actually, funny enough. But this is what happens when I talk about Mitch. He's my favorite player in the Knicks. He's been my favorite player in the Knicks since RJ got traded. RJ and Mitch were my favorites. Now it's Mitch. But I understand what Jalen Brunson does. It's a little bit of a different thing. It's like a personal love compared to, like, the kind of, when you see Jalen Brunson, I just want to be like, thank you. But, not the point. I get off track because I'm just a huge Mitchell Robinson fan. But when I made this 15-minute long video after the Knicks got eliminated, I said the thing I was sort of mad about the most, and not being fully serious, is that they made Mitchell Robinson sad. How dare you? Mitchell Robinson's the best. Don't upset Mitchell Robinson. But now, this man is hungry, and we are going to see some excellent play from him, and I cannot wait for this season. Guys, what do you think about Mitchell Robinson going into this season? Give me a stat prediction for Mitchell Robinson. Is he starting? Is he coming off the bench? How many points, rebounds, blocks? What are we seeing from the Block and S monster? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to get back to you. Thank you guys for watching this video. It was very, very long. Like this, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Knicks.